Howdy, and welcome to me, Zach. That one's me. I'm Zach. I've been doing this for 14 years. The passage of time, continuing to work, even though most things aren't really working anymore. So let's reminisce about the past year. Not a lot happened, actually. In terms of my videos, oh boy, a lot just keeps happening, huh? But in terms of my videos, the only thing that matters right now, Uke. We have finished. We've beaten Uke, but we haven't finished Uke. We were still continuing Uke last year, like it was in last year's update, and I was like, boy, I'm gonna finish it for Halloween, so we can do the Halloween stuff. And then I didn't get done until we didn't finish the game until like January. We still have to do the Impossible Lair proper. That is still on the docket. It is going to happen at some point. There was the 13 Indies of Ha Let's Play Halloween. Finally made a good decision and only played 13 games instead of trying to go for the 31. And I feel like that was a sweet spot, nice amount of videos. I'll probably do it like that again this year, if I can. We'll get to that. I did 2 Lupin AMVs, one that I tried and put my whole ass into, and one that's just a shitpost. And that's all the videos. There hasn't been a lot. As you probably noticed, not a lot of videos from moi in 2022. I talked about it a little bit on the Not So Impossible Lair, episode 41 of Yooka-Laylee in the Impossible Lair, but I almost died. So January 1st, I woke up and my leg really hurt, and I figured, I just pulled my leg, and then a couple days later, I was like, it still hurts, something's wrong. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, you probably pulled your hamstring. And at that point, I was so whacked out on pain, I didn't even realize how stupid what he was saying was, because it's like, I hadn't done anything that would have pulled my hamstring. I had just recovered from COVID, so it was a lot of laying around. So I didn't, recognize that at the time, and I was just like, sure, whatever, doc. And he was like, just take these painkillers and this muscle relaxant, and it'll get better eventually. And I went home and took the painkillers, and that's when I realized, wait, that doesn't make any fucking sense. So like I had said, I had just recovered from COVID, and I have a thing called Factor V, which is a gene that makes your blood clotting more likely. COVID also makes your blood more likely to clot. So it was just a perfect storm, and oopsie doodle, got a blood clot in my leg. And then the doctor misdiagnosed me, so that was fun, and charged me money to be misdiagnosed. So then I went and had a D-dimer test done to test, my blood for a blood clot, and it came back inconclusive. So I was like, oh boy, I think I have a blood clot, huh? Like, I had to figure it out myself. Like, oh yeah, I have a blood clot, huh? So I went to hospital, and all said and done, spent like $10K to not die because I was between jobs and didn't have insurance at the time. It was pretty good. So boy, oh boy. And at the time, I was supposed to move out of my apartment that I was in at the, at the end of 2021. But I extended my lease for like 2 more weeks, which cost me like $1,000. It's because I was like, well, I have COVID, it wouldn't be safe for me to move and, possibly infect someone. So, I dropped the $1,000 to get 2 more weeks. And then, family had to come help me because like I could barely walk. Like, I was using a cane for like the first 2 months of this year because it was just like so much pain in my leg. I guess I didn't mention it, but the blood clot in my leg was like, when I went to the hospital, like the nurse who was like doing an ultrasound on my leg was like, ooh, if I was your mother, I would kick your ass. Because apparently I came in like right at the point where it was like blood clots, like they'll like break up and send blood like where it's not supposed to go, so it could go like into your brain and kill you. And it was starting to break up into my lungs, which is like, I was like having like a hard time breathing, and I was like, oh, is this a COVID thing? But no, it's the blood clot breaking up into my lungs. So I came in right as I was like on the verge of a little bit later, and I would have been dying or just drop dead because, it gets into your brain. It's just over. But I'm better. Well, I'm sort of better now. I still have the blood clot. My blood clots. It's very good at clotting. So I'm taking blood thinners now to get rid of it, but I'm seeing a lot of doctors about what to do. Whatever, I'm gonna be fine. I'm probably not gonna die of it, so hooray. Okay, so that's that. The thing I was trying to make. The reason there hasn't been videos is just because my recording situation isn't stable. Yeah, my living situation's it's fine. It's fine at best, but I can't really reliably record. Just because I'm living with a lot of people currently. I'm working on changing that, so hopefully in the next month or so, I'm hoping I'll have a place and we can get back to the good stuff, which is playing video games for the internet. Speaking of which, this is what's coming up. We're going to complete the impossible layer at some point. I need to get back to practicing uke, so if we can do that, because I haven't really played that game much since January. The next LP is going to be Hitman 3. I've been jonesing to play Hitman 3. So that's what's coming up next. I don't really have much of an order past that. At some point, we're going to do A Link Between Worlds. I'm really excited to play that. Something I should mention. This is just me complaining at this point, but my computer also broke at some point, and then my Windows just exploded, so I had to reinstall Windows. So a lot of my stuff is, freshly installed now. And also my car is breaking down, so it's just been a bad year for your boy. But yes, videos. Link Between Worlds going to happen at some point. I need to go and play the entire game again to make sure there'll be no emulation issues and it is actually viable to play on the emulator. I played a little bit of it on my previous install of Windows, which exploded, as y'all know now. So I need to play through it, make sure it works and is good. Pizza Tower is supposed to come out at some point this year. I'm going to, of course, play the entire game myself, and then come back to it. My computer's yelling at me. I got to turn off all these stupid notifications. Pizza Tower is going to come out. I probably won't do just a blind playthrough of it. I'm probably going to go and practice it and learn it so I can, do the best job I can. Kind of like what I did with Yooka-Laylee, where, waited a bit to kind of learn everything I needed to know about it. Halloween, as long as my living situation, my recording situation is good, 13 indies of Let's Play Halloween is gonna happen. Shit, even if it's not, I might just haul my computer to a hotel or something and just record them all in one night. Oh god, that'd be a lot. But I'm gonna make it happen, baby. It's gonna be interesting because I have to pick 13, and I've just been collecting indie horror games over ever since last Halloween, and I have 80 of them. So I have to go and vet which ones we'll play, and maybe play more in the future. I'm thinking if maybe at some point if I finish these Let's Plays, the Hitman 3, Link Between Worlds, Pizza Tower, maybe just going to essentially full-time indie horror whenever I want to do a video. I had mentioned this previously, that I was considering doing the Legend of Zelda Oracles of Ages and Seasons again. It's still on a maybe pile. It's kind of dropped in priority for me, so I'm not sure if it'll happen. And maybe a Pokemon ROM hack at some point. I was thinking Crystal Clear, but there's a lot of cool ROM hacks out there. I don't know. Those are maybes if I'm feeling it. At one point, I want to do a video on Nuts and Bolts. Not a full Let's Play, but just sit down and play a bit. Maybe get Steve, maybe George in on it. George hasn't been on the channel in a while. I think last time he was on the channel was fucking Banjo-Tooie. Jeez. So those are things. I'll probably do just a random video before Hitman 3, just to get back in the swing of recording things. Just because I'm cold. I haven't gotten that hit of talking about a video game while you play it. I'm not even doing it now. This video you're seeing, I'm recording this, and I'm recording the thing you're hearing separate of the video game. I know, it's a damn shame. But that's all I have. Don't get a blood clot, especially if you don't have insurance. It's very, very expensive to go to the hospital. Jeez, America, the land of the free. It sure costs me a lot of money. Don't get a blood clot. I don't recommend it.
Catch you later!